Welcome back. Man, we're here in the fort, and this story is really heating up. We left off with Maldred putting a spell on Worm. So let's see what happens next. Chapter 9, Maldred's Plan. The red bubble holding Worm floated in the air beside the Hydra. Maldred aimed the red stone at Vulcan. Get him away, Rory, yelled Drake. Rory pulled hard on the reins just as the red beam of light came bursting out of the red stone. This time, Maldred's magic was a second too late. Vulcan had already shot up over the castle. Drake watched Vulcan and Rory fly out of sight. He was all alone. Did Rory leave me here? And will Diego get back? He wondered. Sweat broke out on his skin. Let that big brute fly away, Maldred said. Worm is the dragon I want. Worm is what I came for. He is my prize. Drake tried to contact Worm. He touched his dragon stone. Worm, can you hear me? Are you okay? But Worm didn't answer. Suddenly, Drake didn't feel scared any more. He felt angry. Leave Worm alone, Drake yelled. Maldred laughed. You do not even know how truly powerful this dragon is. I have known since the day I sent my spy orb into your castle. I saw his powers then. I knew he was the only dragon I would need to carry out my plan. Worm is my dragon, Drake called out bravely. How can you control him without a dragon stone? Maldred held up the red stone. This is a red dragon stone created by magic. Dark magic. With this stone, I can make any dragon follow my orders. Drake looked at the red glaze in the Hydra's eyes. Of course, Maldred must have captured the Hydra too, and he's making it attack us. What kind of bad things will Maldred make Worm do? Drake got a bad feeling in his stomach. What do you need Worm for? Said Drake. You already have a four-headed dragon by your side. Maldred grinned. She is powerful, but not as powerful as Worm, the wizard replied. Worm can move mountains. Worm can move armies. He can even make the earth shake. With this red dragon stone and Worm by my side, all kingdoms will bow down to me. They'll never bow to you, Drake yelled. But his whole body was shaking with fear. Where is everybody? Unless help came fast, Maldred would win. Chapter 10. Rory to the rescue. Worm, can't you do something? Anything to stop Maldred, Drake thought. But Worm didn't answer. He's not yours. You can't take him, Drake shouted at Maldred. Just watch me do it, Maldred said with an evil grin. Drake watched helplessly as Maldred pulled on the Hydra's reins. The Hydra turned away from the tower. The wizard began to fly off, with Worm floating beside him. Then Drake heard a loud roar. Vulcan came speeding through the air with Rory on his back. They had circled the castle. Vulcan stopped at the tower. Come on, Rory yelled. Drake swiftly got on the saddle behind Rory, and he put his arms around her. Hurry, Drake yelled as Vulcan took off. Drake's stomach jumped. When he looked down, the ground was spinning. Vulcan, stop! Maldred, cried Rory. Vulcan soared until he caught up with the Hydra. Maldred slapped the reins against the Hydra's back, spurring her to go faster. But Vulcan was fast too. He flew over the Hydra's head. Then he made a big upside-down loop in the air. Drake gripped Rory and closed his eyes tightly. When he opened them, Vulcan was head-to-head with the Hydra. Maldred glared at the Dragon Masters. You children are annoying me, he said. Hydra! All four heads snapped to attention. Then all four mouths opened. Drake could see a green tornado swirling inside each one. Vulcan, fire! Rory yelled. Make it big, Drake added. Before Vulcan could attack, Maldred pointed a finger at the dragon. Sizzling red lightning shot out and zapped Vulcan. The dragon froze in midair. Vulcan, fly! Rory pleaded. But the dragon was like a big statue floating in the air. Drake looked down. He and Rory couldn't jump. They were way too high. Hydra, attack! Yelled Maldred. Wow, they're really in a terrible predicament, aren't they? Let's see what happens tomorrow night.